Because of policies of US and the Donald Trump administration, what was biggest loss that India was about to suffer, and which direction issue by the government of India were openly violated. After that, what comment has UN made regarding the student protest taking place in New Delhi? What exactly did the UN say? We will also discuss what diplomatic signaling the UN has made by ignoring India and joining hands with Bangladesh. We will see also talk about which country India has invited as a chief guest for its BRICS summit. Apart from this, many other important updates are coming in, so make sure watch this video till end. First of all, let us talk about the Strait of Hormuz because today once again due to conflict between US and Iran, India narrowly escaped a major loss. For reference, you can see the screenshot of article on your screen. This news coming out is that today in the Strait of Hormuz, an LPG tanker ship named MT Disha sailing under the Mozambique flag was attacked by a drone. There were 28 Indian crew members on board. According to the reports, the gas tanker caught fire and there was also an explosion in this attack. But despite that, all 28 Indian crew members have been rescued safely. At the time of drone attack, this gas tanker was in Iranian waters and was carrying LPG to India. Following the directions of Government of India, the Indian embassy in Iran has also become active and trying to rescue and facilitate these 28 Indian crew members. A few days ago, the Government of India has issued a notification advising Indian companies or companies registered in India not to deploy Indian seafarers on the Strait of Hormuz route. Now, the point to think about is that the ship MT Risa was carrying LPG to India, meaning it was under contract with India, and yet this very ship did not follow the government of India's order. Even after the government circular, it had deployed 28 Indian crew members on board. In such a situation, serious questions should be raised against this company, and a proper investigation should be conducted. At the same time, questions should also be raised against the US. It is fortunate that all 28 Indian crew members are completely safe and the drone attack did not result in any major loss or accident. However, if something had happened, the safety of 28 Indians would have been at stake. Therefore, United States should also be held accountable in this matter. Next update is come from India and United Nations. Although Dharmendra Pradhan resigned today from the post of Education Minister, this issue also reached in the UN today. In fact, the spokesperson for the United Nations, Stephen Dujarric, commented while answering a question about student protest taking place in New Delhi. The UN spokesperson could have refused to answer the question, which is what he normally appeared to do so. In the case of China, whenever a controversial question is raised regarding China, the UN spokesperson usually avoids answering it. However, Stephen did not do that and instead commented on the protest taking place in the Delhi. UN spokesperson said that UN is fully aware of the ongoing protest in Delhi. It is important that people who wish to protest peacefully should be able to express their views without fear of harassment and arrest or injury. He further said that just like in other countries around the world, it is the responsibility of India's security forces to protect these rights. In the other word, according to the UN, India should also allow the students' protest to continue peacefully. Now, tell us in the comment below what India should do about the UN referring in India's internal matters. Even Pakistan refused to comment on this issue and said that it's internal matter of India. Therefore, they would not say anything about it. However, UN could not refrain from commenting and made a statement on student protest as well. The next update is related to India and United States. United States has refused to grant India a TRQ, means tariff rate quota. This TRQ quota, which Donald Trump did not grant to India, has instead been given to Bangladesh, India's neighboring country. Therefore, it becomes important to understand what exactly a TRQ is. For reference, you can see the screenshot of article on your screen. In fact, when the tariff is imposed by US President Donald Trump were declared illegal and is struck down by US Supreme Court. Donald Trump used emergency power under Section 122 to impose emergency tariff in the country. However, the biggest problem was that these tariffs were valid for only 150 days. As a result, Trump administrations needed another loophole, or in other words, another reason to impose tariff on other countries, and they choose as forced labor as the reason. Now, after the validity of Section 122 tariff expired, Donald Trump announced a new tariff on 60 countries around the world, citing forced labor as the reason. These tariffs range from 10% to 12.5%. Some countries have been subjected to a 10% tariff, while other countries subjected to 12.5% tariff. As it happened, both India and Bangladesh were subjected to same 10% tariff, meaning both countries were charged a equal amount. However, news now emerged that in order to give Bangladesh a greater advantage over India, the United States has granted Bangladesh access to TRQ scheme, which has placed India textile and apparel exporters at a significant competitive disadvantage. As a result, sourcing others are now shifting away from India toward Bangladesh, Cambodia. In fact, after announcing the forced labor tariff, as the US also introduced a separate tariff rate quota provision. Under this provision, the US include Bangladesh, Cambodia, Indonesia, and Malaysia, while excluding India. At present, this tariff quota has been announced only for textile, garment, and apparel sector. Now, under the scheme, if Bangladesh, Cambodia, Indonesia, and Malaysia import American raw material, American cotton, or US yarn or fiber to manufacture their textile, garment, and many more things, then up to fixed quantity, their finished garment will be allowed to enter the US market without any duty or tariff.